Hello everyone, this is Ashish Sani from Innovate Yourself. Welcome back to my channel. Once again, I am back with another session on app development using Python programming with Kiwi. So this is all that we are going to do today. And like in the previous videos, I have already shown you how you can use multiple layouts and how you can arrange your widgets as per your requirement onto that layouts. So similarly, in today's session, we are going to use any one of the layout that we have already discussed, and accordingly, we are going to build an application that will be created as a final application that you can install on your smartphone. So this is all that we will be doing today. And what exactly we're going to do today, let me just explain you that part. In today's session, I'm going to show you that how you can use your own Google search engine onto your application. That means you will be typing your text onto your application, and accordingly you will get a results from the Google and you will get to see it onto your mobile phone. So this is all that we will do today. So let's understand how we are going to do that. So let's see that. Alright, so you can see in the previous sessions we have already seen about the different layouts, and also we have seen how you can arrange your widgets onto that layout as per your suitability, as per your requirement. So this is all that we have done, right? And currently what exactly I will be doing is I will be creating a small application. On that I will be having 2-3 widgets. Like the first one will be a label widget, second one will be a text widget, and third one will be a button which I will be pressing, and accordingly when I will press on that you will get a result for that. And what will be that result? Whatever message, whatever text you will enter over there, based on that you're going to get a result from the Google search. So this is all that we are gonna do, right? For that I have to add 3 different widgets that I have already explained it to you, and for that let me just make a very simple code for that, right? Because these are the very simple things, so I don't think so that I have to explain everything. And you can see in here this is a code which I have already written. So for that let me just do one thing, let me just comment this part and uncomment the one which I need now, right? So let me just do that first. Let's do this thing. Okay, so you can see in here, let's comment this one as well, right? Okay, so you can see this is a project, this is a small project which I have created right now. Okay, comment this one as well right now. So let me run this application and let me show you what exactly I have done so far, right? So let me just run this. So you can see this is a small application, this is a label, this is a text box, this is a button, right? So what will happen is here I'm gonna enter some text, let's say hello. So similarly this is a text which I'm gonna read, and accordingly when I will click on this send button you will get a result for that. Or let's say this is a message that you are passing to your Google, and Google will search a result for it, and you will get a result onto your screen once you will click on this search button. So this is all that we are gonna learn, right? So just close it now, right? For that what exactly you need? Firstly you need a label. Okay, we have a label. You need a text box. You have a text box, and in that text box you are going to enter some text, and that text we have to read. And whatever text that you have entered, that should be taken and that will be used for the Google search, right? And for the Google search what do you need? You need an API where you're gonna add your message, and based on that message you will be getting some output, and that output will be a Google search from the Google, right? So this is all that we're gonna do. And also like you can see I have added a button. I have added a button to the widget as well, and based on that you have to link it to some action, or let's say you have to link it to a function which will be performed once you will click on this button. So this is all that you're gonna do, right? And for that let me show you. Like you can see this is a Google search, and this is an API which I will be using in here, and this is a place where I'm gonna change the let's say message. Right now it is hello, so that's why you are adding hello. Similarly whatever message your user will enter, I will pick that and I will send that over here, based on which you will get a result for that message, right? So this is what I'm gonna do. So right now instead of that I'm going to pass this placeholder so that I can update the values, right? So this is what I am doing. And secondly, the second thing is this one, which is button. So you have to add this self dot button btn, which is this one dot f bind. With respect to this, what exactly you are doing is you are just setting up the requirement that when you will click, that means on press, when you will press the button, at that time you will be calling this function. And what is that function? This is a function which I haven't created yet, but let me create this. And also you can write a different name for it. Let's say Google search, right? Because currently we are doing a Google search. So let me just add this right now, right? So just copy this, and here just create a new method, right? And inside this method, what you have to do, the first thing that you have to do is that you have to fetch the input that a user have passed, or let's say whatever you are going to enter, your application should be able to read that, and further that message should be sent for a Google search, right? So this is what exactly you have to do, right? So for that, let's say first I will read the message, and that message is going to be stored inside this simple message, which is msg. And after that, self dot, and after that you have to collect a message from text. And what is that text? Currently the text is named as t, so I have to use this one. But if you want to change the name, or you're using a different name, then you have to use that, right? Self.t.text, which means whatever message you are going to enter, it will pick that, and based on that you will get a result for it, right? So this is what I'm doing right now, right? Also, just for the demonstration purpose, right now I can simply write this msg, so that it will print a message whatever you have entered, and that will be printed over here just for the checking purpose, nothing else, right? So this is what I'm doing right now. And after that, what else you have to do? Once you will get the message, you have to use this message along with the API that you have, and you have to find a result for it, right? And for finding a result, I already know how to do that. You have to import the first thing, which is web browser. So I will be using it, and I will be using it here inside this. So that means web browser dot open. What you have to open? I have to open Google search. So this is an API dot format, because I have already placed a placeholder over there where I will be passing my message, and right now I'm having a message inside this. So this is how I'm gonna call it, right? And I think most of the things are done, so I can run the application and I can check that whether it's working for me or not, right? So let's just run this now. So just run it. So you can see, welcome to Innovate Yourself. Similarly, this is a text box. Let's say hello. Click on send. You can see message has been picked up successfully, and based on that it's waiting right now, just because it will open your output on a new window, or let's say in a browser. So that's why it is just taking a time. And you can see Google Chrome is opened, and here it will find the results for you. You can see I have passed hello, so based on that it is sending me a result, and that is this one, right? So this is how it is doing. So you can see if I will change the message, let's say innovate yourself, right? Send. Now it will search for that. Based on that, you're going to get a result from the Google search. So this is all. Okay, so you can see when I have passed innovate yourself, so based on that it is showing me the results on Google. So you can see innovate yourself on YouTube. So this is how you can do it. And one more thing is left. You can see when I am passing innovate yourself, and after it is showing you all the results, but still you can see innovate yourself is still there. But I don't want that, because once I am done with the searching part for that particular message, I want that message should be cleared. So in that case, how you're gonna do it, let me show you that. For that, once you're done with everything, at the final step, you can simply pass self dot t dot text equal to this. That means you're making that message empty, you are just updating that message. So this is how I'm going to do it. Now you can run it again. So now let's say innovate yourself, send. It is done. You can see the message is gone. So this is how you can do it, and I hope up to this point you are done with this part. And the final thing is, now you don't want this to be run on your system, just because I want to make this as an APK file, or let's say I want to make this an application which can be run onto my smartphone. So this is all that I want to do right now. Now let's proceed further and let's understand how we can make this simple code an application. So for that, let me show you how to do that part. For that, the first and the very important thing that you have to do is you have to rename this script to a new name, and that new name will be main, which means your application name should be main.py. So this is how you have to rename it, right? So let me just do one thing. Let me just rename this, but as you can see, main is already there. So for that, let me just shift rest of the codes into a new directory so that I can accordingly work properly, right? So let me just shift everything into this code directory, right? Just run this. So you can see this. Okay, so it's done now. Okay, I have to move this one out, right? Move this out, and also just rename this now, and rename it over here, rename it, it's main, right? So now I'm done up to this step. The next thing that you have to do is you have to make your application as an APK file. So for that, you have to go to terminal now. Like, this is your main directory where you have to work right now. And for that, firstly you have to go to over here. Let me show you where you have to go. Just open this part first, because now we are going to make an application with respect to the bulldozer that will help us to convert your application, let's say convert your normal code to an application, and that application can be an iOS application, and that can also be an APK file. Currently I will be showing you that how you can convert it to an APK format, but in the similar way you can convert it to a normal iOS application, right? So this is all that we will be doing, right? Okay, before this step I have to go to the previous page. Just go to the previous page. All right, so you can see here that there are multiple commands that you have to run before creating your actual application. So for that, you can see the first command is this one. So just copy this one onto the directory where you have your main code, right? Main code and your virtual environment, right? So first run this one. Once you will click on, okay, user need not to be added over here, right? Just remove this one, search button. So this is all that we are gonna. Similarly, we have to move to the next one as well. This is as per the Ubuntu system, but if you are using the Android application, you have to run these commands, right? But in my case, I have to run these, so I will be running them, right? In your case, you have to do it if you are using Mac OS. So let me just run this. What exactly you need? Firstly, the application, and let me show you what exactly I have done so far, right? So let me just run this. And once you're done with these steps, the next thing is that you have to shift to the next page, right? And accordingly, if you're using iOS and if you're facing any difficulties in that, you can use these commands as well. So that's totally up to you. In my case, I have done all these steps, right? Now move to the next page, and the next thing that you have to do is that you have to create your first bulldozer file, and that will be buildozer.specs, in which you will be telling all the specification about your application that you will be creating and that you want to install onto your Android application, right? So this is all that we will be doing. Now go in here and run this command first. So you can see file buildozer.specs created, ready to customize. Go in here, you will see buildozer.specs, and in here you have to change the specification as per your project. And currently, let's say I will not change much, but let's say I'm going to write some few things. Let's say let's write a new name, innovate search, right? I'm giving it a name something like this. Similarly, IY app, so this is a name that I'm giving. Similarly, let's change this. Okay, so this is what I have done. And other than that, you don't have to change everything, but if you are a beginner over here and you don't know much about this thing, then no need to change rest of the things. The only thing that you have to change over here is something like this: the title, the package name, domain, and that's it. Rest of the things you don't have to change, but here sometimes you will get an error, and that's the reason I have to change one more thing. Let me just show you where I have to change it, right? Click on this button. So this is all that you're gonna do, right? And for that, let me show you. Okay, here you have to change it. Just copy this name, just copy this name and paste it over here. You have to change this name, which is android.arc, which is like architecture for that, right? So you have to change this, and that's it. Rest of the things you don't have to touch even, right? So don't even touch it, just leave it like this and save the file now. And the next thing is that you have to do is to run this command, buildozer-b android debug. So what this will do is this will run everything for you, and at the final thing it will create an APK file for you, which you can test, and accordingly you can check that whether your application is working on your mobile phone, on your smartphone or not, right? So let me just run this command. For the first time it is gonna take some while for the setup and everything, but in my case I have already done rest of the things, so it will not take much time. But on your case, if you're doing it for the first time, then it is gonna take some longer time, right? So you can wait for it. Alright, so finally you can see your application is ready, and now it is giving you a message like APK this available in the bin directory. So just transfer it to your device. Okay, so now you can see the first option is the application which I just created. Now just install it. Just click on install. So it will be installed on your system. Now open it. So you can see Innovate Yourself, and this is welcome to Innovate Yourself. In here, let's search for something, and let's say Innovate Yourself. You can see, okay, the spelling is a bit incorrect. Let's let it be, like, just send now. Now you will see whatever you will type, based on that it has shown you the result as per that. So now that means when you will run this application, when you will do a Google search or something, it will show your result onto the browser based on the application that you have created. So can you see how easily you have created an application and how you're able to do the Google search with your application that you have created, right? So this is all about the application that we have created for the Google search. I hope you have got a proper understanding and you have really enjoyed building your own application for your Android application. So that is it for today. I hope you have learned everything successfully, but still if you are facing any difficulties in understanding this topic, feel free to leave a comment below in the comment section. And also, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, do click on the subscribe button so that you do not miss any videos from our channel. And also you can press the bell icon if you want to get a notification whenever we will upload a new video. Till then, bye bye and happy learning.